Are you sitting comfortably? Doors locked, windows secure, cat inside. Then let us begin. Tonight's mysterious tale comes from Totnes in Devon, where a young innocent serving wench met an untimely death at the hands of a wicked landlord. So be afraid, be very afraid.
The legend goes that she was murdered by one of the landlords at that time, about 300 years ago. And one can only assume that possibly it was because she perhaps was pregnant or something, and so he decided to quieten her and murdered her and supposedly had her buried in the wall somewhere.
But nobody knows which wall. The pub is large with many rooms, and the ghost's presence has been felt in most of them.
She's obviously stuck in her time track, and Mary Brown, as she's known as, sort of shows herself occasionally and makes her presence felt more often than she's seen, but we know she's here.
So who's seen her and in what circumstances?
Over the years, she's been seen very many times by an awful lot of people, mainly women. Very rarely. I don't think she's actually ever been seen by a man. There are one or two other supposed hauntings here, but she's the predominant one.
Her daughter Jane, has she seen her?
Yes, she did. She saw her. She was standing one evening in front of the front door, the inner front door, which has glass panels, and she was talking to a couple as they were about to leave. And she then saw this third face in the glass and reflected in the glass. And she looked behind her and there was nobody there. I was actually here at the time and I could feel, I knew she was around. You could, because the air does do the proverbial going cold and you can feel the air moving. As she goes past you, the air moves past you. It's just like somebody walking past, but you don't actually see them. But she was there for a few minutes while she was talking, and then she disappeared. She just faded away.
Where did you see her? What does she look like?
I saw her standing actually over there in front of the menu board, and it was broad daylight. It was about 11:45 one bright sunny morning. I was doing some cleaning behind the bar. I was sort of tidying glasses and things like that. And then I glanced up and I saw this figure standing in front of the menu board. And I went to say, I'm awfully sorry, I'm afraid we're not serving food yet. And then I thought, that's funny, I didn't hear the front door, and the front door makes quite a lot of noise. So I sort of looked over here and they were still sitting there. I looked in the window and they were still sitting there. Nobody had moved at all. And when I looked back, she'd gone.
Although she's been sensed all around the pub, it seems Mary's favourite place is the old pump area, and several mediums have all felt her presence here.
She was just slightly out of focus. It was almost just as though she was in a slight haze, but very clear. I mean, there was no doubting the fact that she was actually there.
Have you had customers who've been sceptical and then have been proved wrong?
Yes, one particular evening we had about 4 or 5 men sitting at this particular corner in the bar, and above the bar there's a shelf with varying books on, including a couple on ghosts, and they were actually discussing Mary. And one of them, who's a very sceptical person, said, absolute rubbish, total rubbish, don't believe it at all, absolute nonsense. And he was sitting about 3-4 feet out from the bar, must have been a good 4 feet. And this particular book came off the shelf and flew out and hit him on the top of his head. And
what was the book?
It was the book on ghosts, which does mention Mary.
You seem quite happy sharing this place with her.
Oh yes, oh yes. There's nothing malicious about her at all. I think I would know if there was, because I've walked into other buildings and I've thought, I've done it when I've been looking at property, and I've thought that I couldn't live here. There's no way I could live in this particular place. But she's friendly, she's kind, she's all right. I think she quite likes us being here because we accept her and accept her presence.